Hello, hockey fans. It's Josh. I'm here to talk some hockey. I got a wild one for you here today. The Rangers and Capitals, they've been maybe they may have started a little bit of a rivalry for next season. Who knows? Uh, they've been going at it since was it May the 3rd? Uh, big incident went down. I'm sure everyone that's watching this has already heard of it, but obviously there's a scrum in front of the net. Um, you know, Tom Wilson punches Pavel Buchnevich when he's laying on the ground, which, yeah, okay, it's Tom Wilson. Um, and then they're kind of, everyone's just, you know, pushing and shoving as they do in a scrum, right? And, um, you know, um, Tom, Artemi Panarin jumps on Wilson's back, doesn't have a helmet on, and Wilson just body slams him to the ground. Um, Probably should have been suspended. Probably should have been suspended, but um, that didn't happen. So yeah, in my opinion, I think he should have been suspended. Um, I mean, like you look at the Gostisbehere suspension recently, and personally, I don't think that should have been a suspension. Um, yeah, Wilson definitely should have been suspended for that. Um, but you're gonna get both sides of it. But anyways, it's crazy between these two teams. Um, and then obviously the next day it comes down. Wilson only got a $5,000 fine, which it, I no he should have been suspended in my opinion. Um, Now maybe it's just bias, uh, where I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Wilson. I don't think not a whole lot of people are at this point, but yeah, I think that um, I think he should have been suspended. But anyways, move to the next day. He's not suspended. The Rangers release a statement, um, basically saying that they think George Parrish should step down from his position as director of player safety. Which I, yeah, there's a lot of complaints about his rulings, but it's kind of crazy. I don't know what to say about that. Like, it's just it seems a little far. I mean, the fact that uh were they're asking George Paris, the director of player safety, to step down. Like, I think that's a little too far, in my opinion. Uh, but I mean, they obviously were not happy with that. Panarin's out for the year now, which doesn't really matter that much, anyways. They're eliminated from playoff contention, but um, I mean, that's yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a bit out there. James Dolan with um that statement. And as I said, Jeff Gorton and John Davidson were not involved in the makeup of that statement, didn't know it was coming out, which leads to the event that happened yesterday, right before game time, or not right before, maybe like it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. John Davidson and Jeff Gorton both get fired. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's crazy. Like, Davidson and Gorton both get fired. Like, they're make such a good rebuild there in New York. Like, I mean, they bring in Panarin, they bring in Zibanejad, they bring in Fox. They've drafted pretty deep. Like, Nils Lundqvist looks like um he's a prospect they got coming in. They've drafted Lafreniere, they've got Kako, they've got some lottery luck, obviously. They signed Shesterkin, um, which is a nice draft pick from them. That wasn't under the Gorton um team, but I mean, and then yeah, they're bringing Adam Fox. I think I said that already, but uh, they've done such a great job rebuilding that team, and it just surprises me that they're not bringing those guys back. And yeah, it's crazy to me. Oh, another guy, Keandre Miller, who they drafted in Gorton's first draft of the team, I think he looks like he's going to be a good player for them too. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, they only said they were going to start rebuilding 3 years ago, and they're fifth in the division. They're the last team out of their division to be eliminated. Like, they were right there. They just peaked a little late. I mean, they started off a little slow and that hurt them. And um, but like, yeah, that team was good enough to make the playoffs. Like next year, their team is going to be developed. Lafreniere is going to be better. Kako is going to be better. I don't even know if Fox can be better, but he might be better too. I mean, Miller's going to be better, as I said. Niels Lundqvist might be in the lineup. Kravtsov is going to be better. I mean, they're going to have such a good team next year. Shesterkin's going to be better. Um, yeah, they're going to have a great team, and they're still going to have a lottery pick this year too. Then, um, like obviously they're not going to be picking like top 10 or anything like that, but or maybe they will if they win the lottery, I guess. But um, yeah. Anyways, it surprises me that they fired Gorton and Davidson. Um, yeah, it's apparently as they said, James Dole fired them unrelated to the last 48 hours based on the statement and everything. They were fired due to the owner James Dolan not believing that uh, their team had done well. They thought they were disappointing, and um, I really hope that like I think Chris Drury is a great person for the job. Like probably one of the best people they could have put in there. And I really hope that Drury can push that team over the top and keep going to where the Rangers were going because they have really good momentum right now, despite the fact they missed the playoffs this year and they just everything that's happened. I really like where they're heading, and I think that that team it's going to be phenomenal. If they do not win a Stanley Cup in the next 6 years, that'll be very disappointing for that franchise. And yeah, their team is just so good. Anyways, that brings us to last night, the Fiasco. Oh my. I mean, right off the draw, you get three fights right off the draw. Um, crazy, crazy. um, and then you have, the fourth fight, Tom Wilson and Brendan Smith. Obviously, Wilson was gonna have a fight in that game. There was no way he wasn't. Um, and yeah, so that's the fourth guy in each box. And then another fight. I think Ryan Strome and Lars Eller was that next one, the fifth one. I mean, I kind of had a feeling Ryan Strome was going to fight. He had a press conference saying that he thought it was a joke and joke that the discipline for Wilson. Um, and yeah, I had a feeling he was going to get in a fight, and he did. So maybe if there was some sort of betting thing, I should have bet on that. But um, yeah, and then there's a sixth fight in the first 5 minutes of the game. Crazy. Yeah, oh man, it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, and then that game, it really sucks because this game, it's going to be known for all the fights and everything. But what it should have been known for is TJ Oshie's hat trick. I mean, the will that someone has to do that score, like, it was the perfect moment. I'm not a big Capitals fan, but I mean, it was a phenomenal moment, and it sucks that it's getting overshadowed by all these the fights and the everything in the first 5 minutes, and the Wilson left with an upper body injury. And it sucks that that's going to it's going to overshadow the Oshie hat trick 2 days after his dad passed away. I mean, a wonderful story, and my condolences to him and his family, obviously. And um, yeah, I mean, that's it. It's such a great moment. Um, it sucks that it's not going to get all the attention that it should. Um, but yeah, and yeah, it really makes you it shows you how much like his father meant to him. If you go back and watch his interview with Scott Oak um after they win the cup in 2018 in Vegas, he has a Scott Oak asked him a question about his father, and yeah, it, T, TG Oshie and his father were very close, and um it's saddening to see that happen, but a great moment. And another great moment was Nicholas Backstrom and TJ Oshie, that long hug on the bench. Yeah. it pulls at your heartstrings a little bit. So yeah, condolences to him and his family. And um but with that, yeah, the aftermath of all this. So um oh yeah, I forgot. Pavel Buchnevich, the guy who not started all of this, but was involved in the first incident. He gets suspended himself. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy how that happens. He cross checks Anthony Mantha in the face. Like, it's so obvious. I mean, like, yeah, it was a suspension for sure. But uh, yeah, I mean, craziness. So yeah, the aftermath of all of this is you come out of it with um Chris Drury is now the president and GM of the New York Rangers. The Rangers also got fined $250,000 for their statement. Um, George Peros is still the director of player safety. Tom Wilson is injured. Pavel Buchnevich is suspended. Artemi Panarin is out for the season. And yeah, I mean, that's it's a crazy one, without a doubt. Um, and we come out with a great moment. I think that's really what I'm going to take from this is that TJ Oshie hat trick. I think was the best moment out of the last 3 days between these two teams. Um, but yeah, I think this may just build a rivalry for next season when these two teams are back in the Metro again and fighting for playoff spots. We could have a there could already be a spark there. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to Canada taking on Russia tonight in the U18 gold medal game. I'm sure I'll have a video on that tomorrow. Um, but yeah, thank you all for watching. If you like these videos, go check out my podcast in the link down below. Um, and yeah, uh, thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on this whole? Do you think Tom Wilson should have been suspended? Do you think George Parrish should step down as the director of player safety? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.